Right, so do you know anything about driving at all? Have you done any before? Because I think you said your dad.
Yeah, I've done a bit with my brother and a bit with my dad, just basic understanding to keep the clutch down and then release it and put the accelerator.
Yeah, so we're going to go from the beginning, just because I want to cover all the controls. This car's a little bit different. Do you know which car you had before? Just out of interest.
The one that I drove in?
Yep.
It was my dad's. It's like a big black car. I'm not good with cars.
No, I don't know.
It's like,
just because...
It's like a Hyundai.
Yeah,
Black
all cars
car.
are different, but it's just I'll go over the controls of this one, because they're all quite different. So, I won't go over every single control because you don't need to know them all. Some of them, for example, are the lights you won't need just yet, although it's quite dark. A lot of this car is automatic, the lights will come on their own, so it doesn't matter about that for now. But towards the end, we'll go over all that, just so you know everything. Because otherwise, when you pass, you might have a car with automatic lights.
Yeah, cool.
So if I move this down a little bit, this is just going to look at the handbrake. About there. You have to guess what these are seen because there's no screen on them. That should be about right. Yeah, normally that'll be on there. So the handbrake, all this does, proper name is a parking brake. Do you know what that does? Because you might have covered this before.
Well, when you're about to stop the car, you put it on, don't you?
It's only when you're dead still, so you've got to be completely still.
Yeah, when you're going to get out and need it.
Yeah, that's it. You never touch it when you're moving at all,
No.
except for emergencies, because if you pull it on, do you know how it works? So which wheels?
Does it like stop your tyres from moving or something?
Yeah, so it works on the back two, only the back two wheels.
Okay.
So if you pull it on when you're moving, it locks the back two wheels and you could skid or go anywhere. So the proper name is a parking brake. So all you do is, there's a general guide, you only ever be touched that when you foot brake, it's fully down, because then you know you're not going to move anywhere. So to take it off, you pull it up, the button goes in all the way, you drop it all the way to the floor, and it goes off like that. To put it back on, you just press the button in, pull it up all the way. When you feel it get quite spongy, because the leather cover there feels quite spongy under your fingers, then you let go, and that's in place. It can only be on or off. If you take it half off like that, it's neither sort of up or down. And if you do that, the car will beep, and it will come up on the screen, parking brake applied. So if ever the car beeps, you look at the screen there, and that'll tell you what it's beeping for. So it's simply up, all the way, that's on. Just take it off, pull it up, press the button in, drop it all the way, and let it go.
Okay,
if you pull it up without the button, you get this sound, and that's not always the best sound to hear. In some cars, they recommend you do that, like some Vauxhalls will say, make sure it does that. But in this particular car, you're not supposed to, so you press the button in.
Press the button always, yeah?
Yeah, pull it all the way, and let it go. It's quite easy, but you just have it gone taking it off. So you just pull it up and drop it. Yeah, easy. And then button in. That's good, easy. Might seem simple, but some people have trouble with that. It's taken 10 minutes sometimes to get their parking brake off.
Okay.
The gears, we'll come back to later on. We're going to do first, maybe second as well.
Yeah.
But we probably
I've
won't
done
get...
third, second and third with my mum.
That's good. Yeah, that's it. This one, though, is going to drive down this road today and just do a little bit of just really basic stuff. But we'll come back to those later on. I'll just move this camera back up because that should be... That there should...
On me.
Yeah, you and me. Yeah, just ignore the cameras. If ever you want to talk to them, if you want to talk to people, you can. But if you want to ignore them, just pretend they're not there. Most of the time, you don't even notice because when you're driving, you don't
I'll be concentrating, I can't think about more than one thing at once.
So, these controls here we'll leave for now. This is the heater. The heater's automatic anyway, so it does it all itself. But again, we'll go over that later on, how to do it manually. But it's all automatic. This stuff you don't need to know much about for now. That one there, though, what does that do? Because you may need that one.
That's the when you had like when you're on the side of the road and it goes orange. And red and it flashes.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
So it's all your indicators come on like that. It's really meant for if you break down.
And you have that triangle thing.
Yeah,
you put on the side of the road. It's
not meant for parking illegally because a lot of people pull over illegally and then put them on. That doesn't mean you can park there.
Okay.
So you might never need that. Do you know much about the test? About the practical test? Because before you begin, they'll ask you 2 questions about the car, and they might ask you, for example, how do you check if your indicators are working? And the answer to that one is you press that, and then you get out of the car, walk around,
and check
them.
if it's flashing.
That's it. So we won't do those just yet, because that comes in much later on. Just going to move this up a little bit. Let's go about there. But we'll come back to that in the future. The only other one you may need on there is that one, which locks the doors.
Locks the doors, yeah.
Why should you normally drive with your doors locked? Because normally that's the best thing to do.
I don't know, just so you don't fall out. I don't
It's
know.
only safety because we're not in Birmingham now, I know, but normally I work in Birmingham. There's some pretty rough parts where you do get people trying to pull the doors open.
When you're driving?
Yeah, I've had twice over the years people have tried to nick the car when I'm teaching. So they come up and just try and pull you out. So if you have that locked, it stops that happening so much.
Okay.
I know around here is a bit quieter than
Yeah,
where
I
I
hope we don't get robbed here.
But that should be okay.
Cool.
The other ones ignore for now because they're just all stereo and radio, whatever, you don't need those.
Yeah.
So the pedals, do you know which pedal is which?
Oh dear, what bad memory. Is that the go? Or is that the brake? Is this the go? This is the accelerator. Is that the brake?
That one you got gas, so it goes A, B, C from
I've
right
got
to
it
left. So
Oh,
you go,
dear.
you go accelerator on the right, which I call gas, because it's easier to say
Okay.
gas than accelerator.
And is that brake?
Yeah.
And
So
this is clutch?
that's it. So accelerator is obvious, makes you go quicker.
Yeah.
Brake is obvious, slows you down and stops you. What does the clutch do there? Because the clutch isn't so obvious.
I don't really understand why it has to be down and then you have to slowly release it when you put the accelerator.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
That's what we'll cover today because the clutch is the main thing to do with driving. If you don't have a clutch like an automatic car, it's much quicker and easier to learn.
Yeah.
But the drawback for an automatic is you don't get the same control.
Okay.
So it's a lot easier, a lot better overall to be able to drive a manual. You might know as well when you pass your test, if you pass in an auto, you can only drive an auto. Whereas if you pass in a manual,
Okay.
you can drive either.
Yeah, I know.
So we'll come back to the clutch in a moment, but that will take several hours to go over because that's one of the main things you have to learn in all the lessons that you do. Which foot do you do for which pedal?
Is that an answer I'm supposed to know? Or is it
No.
just personal?
Which one? Like which one? Because there's only one way you're supposed to do.
Right would be for the two on the right, and then
Yeah.
left would be for the one on the left, the clutch.
That's it. The reason you brake with your right foot, by the way, is not only about, like I said, about being personal. You can brake with your left foot. Some people can.
But then what about your clutch?
That's it. That's the problem. If you brake with the left foot, you can't get your clutch down. So if you drive an automatic,
Yeah.
you still use your right foot on the gas and the brake like that. So normally, it's down to you how you do this, but normally your right foot sits in front of the brake like that, and you pivot it right in the middle,
Yeah.
just like that. Your left one normally sits where it is, about there, so that's it, what you call
Next
the clutch
to it.
rest. That's it. So the clutch rest area, that's what it's called there, is where your foot just rests. I know at the moment you maybe can't reach because we'll move those around in a bit.
Yeah, I'm quite
But,
small.
Yeah, but we'll move that back. But yeah, your left foot only on the clutch. It depends on how you're comfortable, but normally you have your heel on the floor and then your toes should be just towards the top of the pedal. But you don't really tend to think about that much, like the ball of your foot should be on the bottom of the pedal, roughly. But it depends how you're comfy. Right, so that's the pedals again. We'll come back to these in the future. This is just a quick kind of overview so we can get moving. Next thing is the wheel. How do you hold the wheel normally?
I don't have a clue.
So
No.
it normally sort of tends to like that. Just imagine the wheel's like a clock.
Yeah.
So it tends to,
10 to 2.
that's it, or
Yeah.
quarter to 3, anywhere around there.
Okay.
That's good around there. You can hold it in other places, but it's better not to because if you hold it down the bottom, you can't move it
Yeah,
around.
that's just weird.
gonna get stuck.
Yeah, I'll hold around here probably.
Yeah. Some people put their hand inside the wheel, but why is that a bad idea? 'Cause some people sort of steer
Because
like
then
that.
wouldn't you have a bit of bad, like my brother turns the car
Yeah.
with like one hand or something that you're not supposed to do.
Yeah, that's it. You lose control also. That's it. What
you
is
need
it?
to always keep like this, don't you?
Yeah.
And not move your hand inside.
That's it. So you're going to feed. We come back to this later
Yeah,
on with your
my
steering.
mum's told me that.
But feeding it's good. If you look at the wheel, what is the written on the wheel? Just towards the bottom.
Britain.
Yep.
Airbag.
Yep. So if you have your hand inside the wheel like that, your arm inside the
Oh,
wheel,
yeah,
the
it's gonna
airbag
get
goes
trapped,
off.
isn't it?
Yeah, bang. The airbag is extremely powerful. It will break
Yeah.
your arm, no problem. So it's unlikely, but it does happen where people. They also, if you drive, you don't have to take your watch off, but if you've got a watch on. But if you cross your arms like that on the wheel, the airbag goes off. Your watch goes in your head. So it's better to feed like that.
Yeah,
and then
right.
your arms, in theory, your arms should go like that. You might still punch your passenger, but it's better than punching
Yeah.
yourself. Right, what else is in the middle as well? You notice in the middle of the wheel.
Horn.
Yeah. So when might you need the horn? It's quite rare, but you might need it.
If you're going round a corner and you can't see who else is coming around the corner, so you beep.
Yeah, that's it. So it's mainly to alert people
Is that
that
the
you're
right
there.
answer?
Yeah. So it can be like lots of different places, but it's to alert people of your presence. So, do you know Aqueduct Road, where the aqueduct is? It's about a mile that way. 'Cause
Oh, on that.
there's a really narrow, by Mill Lodge School, there's a really narrow road with a bridge. and a tunnel.
I know, actually.
So if you go through that one, you can't see things. You have to sound the horn. You don't have to, but you should sound it before you go through. Because then people the other way know you're there. That will come in on lessons probably, because we may or may not go to Birmingham much. Depends on which test centre you go from.
Okay.
Probably going to be Shirley, but King's Seat is only down the road as well, so it doesn't really matter.
Cool.
Yeah, so the horn is for that. It's not meant to be to abuse people, because that's what people use it as, but it's not meant to be to the insult.
Yeah, okay.
Generally, a short toot is acceptable. If you blast it for a long time, it's more of an aggressive act. So yeah, that's all the wheel. The buttons on the wheel you can ignore for now. So the stereo there you don't need. The ones on the right, you can control the speed of the car with your fingers instead of your feet. You can use that later on, but it's not something you need to do.
Yeah.
The one on the left there, be careful if you ever press that, because this car's got voice control. If you press it, it'll start speaking to you, and you won't stop until you've said the right words. So just be careful of that. Because if you knock it by mistake, he'll just keep saying, say a command. If you say the word exit, is it cancel or stop? Or exit, I think it's cancel. I haven't used it myself yet.
Okay.
If you say cancel, it will go off. I've never had it happen, but I've had a few times people have been pressing those by mistake.
Alright.
Looking in front of the wheel, or to the side of the wheel, you've got your stick there. What does that do?
I don't know which one's the indicator.
Yeah, so your indicator there on the left. Most cars it's the same. It can be in some cars the other way around. So Japanese cars, it can be on the other side of the wheel, and it can be upside down as well. But normally, if you want to go right, which way would you push it?
If you want to go right, I don't know. Would you put this to make that one flash on the right?
Yeah, how'd you do that though?
I don't know.
So that signal goes up, just like that.
Right is up.
Yeah, that's it. So if you think your hand on the wheel, when it goes down to turn left, you knock it down. And
Left
when you go up,
is down,
That's
right is up. Oh yeah, because that makes sense. Your
Yeah,
right hand
there
side's
goes.
on this side.
that's it.
Yeah, I get it.
So some cars, like Japanese cars, it can be the other way around, which is confusing.
well.
But most cars are the same
I'll learn
standard.
for this car.
Yeah, that's it. The one on the right, what does that do? I know we haven't done this before, but any idea what that would do?
Windscreen wipers.
That's it. The wipers in this car are automatic again, so you don't need to worry about those. But towards the end, I'll go over those in
Okay.
detail if you
Cool.
need to know them.
That's fine.
In my rain, well, he's raining today now, but the sensor is that black thing there. So if any rain hits that, it'll come on. If the rain doesn't hit that, it won't come on. So
Okay, that's
it can be
cool.
raining, they don't always come on, but 99% of the time, it's all good. The controls as well, you've got in front of you. You've got the one on the right is a speedo, of course, the Euro goes up to 130, although it shouldn't be going that fast. Where I am, I can't see that because I've got the speedo in the windscreen there. But that should be okay as it is, because I can, yeah, I'm just thinking if that camera's gone off. Yeah, it's like that. It's going to press the button. That's right. That camera's fine, that's fine. It's just the front camera I've got to work out because it's a different kind of camera. The front one we don't need yet anyway, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, so you've got the speedo on the right there, and the one on the left, what does that do?
I don't know.
So it goes 1 to 6, that's your rev counter. So the revs are how much power you've got going through the engine. So where it goes to about number 5, so it goes red.
Yeah.
You don't want it anywhere near there at all. It's normally got to be between about 1 and about 3 at the most. If you go much over 3, is when it starts to push and push really hard. You may do at times if you're going faster up a hill or something, but normally it just all goes between 1 and 3.
Okay.
At the moment, of course, it's on 0 because the car's turned off. We will get turned on in a minute and go and do some driving around, but just got to go over all these things first. So they're the main controls. The other one, which I just activated there, is the power button. This car doesn't have any keys at all. There's no ignition on the right or anything. So the way this one works is when you want to turn the car on, you have to hold the clutch down all the way and then press that button just once. And that'll turn the car on. To turn it off again, you just press the button once without the clutch being down. It can be up or down, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then that's how you turn it off.
Okay.
So any questions on that? That's just a quick run through of all the
No,
basics.
thank you. Yeah, that's fine.
We'll come back to those in the future because there is a few more to go over, but that's all you need for now. So next thing is to set the car up so
Yeah.
you can reach all the controls. First thing you do is quite obvious, but make sure the doors are shut, which you can tell they are because
They're
when
locked.
you press that, that's it. They're locked. If they're not shut, that won't lock.
Okay.
You can tell it'll just lock and then unlock. What else would you need to move, do you reckon?
C.
Yeah, that's it. So you see, you should be able to get, so your clutch pedal can go fully down with the left foot without your leg being too straight.
Can't even reach it.
So just slide forwards until that's good.
Like that? Is that too much?
Let's see, if you press it right the way down.
Press the clutch right the way down?
That's it. Yeah, that looks about okay. Should be so your leg isn't straight, so it's kind of bent a bit, but not fully stretched out, fully straight.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay about it. If you need to move, you can, because you've got to find out in this first lesson where you've got to be. That should be okay about now. That should be alright.
That feels better.
Yeah, you can move the wheel as well up and down, but that's okay as it is, because that should be about the same height for everyone. Your arms shouldn't be too stretched. They're not now, but like, if you stretched arms like that, it's no good. But that should be fine as it is.
This feels much better than in my dad's car. It was always like a struggle because I was like this because I couldn't reach. It's so long, so
These do move around quite a bit, but it's because a lot of people drive this car. But yeah, that should all be good. So the back of the seat can change as well. You probably don't need to do this now, but you can have it up and down.
No,
you should be sitting fairly upright. Some people have it leaning back like that, but then you can't see what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it's not so good. What's this thing for there?
Headrest.
It's called a headrest, but what's the proper name? What's it actually for?
So you don't whack your head, I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. So it's called a head restraint. It is called a headrest, but it's not really meant to rest your head on.
No.
So if you do have an accident, your head won't go over that. Then, you know, you
break your neck.
Yeah, that's it. So that should be as is now. This is one of the questions the examiners might ask you as well. They might say, how do you check if that's in the right place? So the answer is, it's obvious really, your head shouldn't go over the top. Then your ears should be not going over the top of it. But it's quite hard to know yours, won't it? It's quite hard to do. What else would you need to do with your seat as well? One more thing, something you've got to put on.
Seat belt.
Yeah, so if you want to put your belt on.
Yeah.
If you do forget the belt, I'll probably tell you anyway, but if you do, the car will tell you, or just beep and say, put your belt on. It should be quite comfy there, but it shouldn't obviously be too loose. When you put it forwards hard like that, it can lock.
Yeah.
That's if you have an accident, stops hitting the windscreen. So when you put it on, be careful. If you put it too hard like that, you can, if you have your hand on there, you can cut your hand quite bad. It's unlikely, but it can happen.
Alright.
When you take it off as well, it sounds daft, but make sure you hold that, then press the button. If you just press the button, it can catapult up and smash you in the face. So I've had that a few times. So always make sure you hold it like that, then press that. It all comes off loose. There are loads of ways to injure yourself in a car without even moving. So you have to know about all these things. Running, so we've moved the seat. What else would you need to move?
I don't know.
So your mirrors. So you've got three mirrors mainly.
Yeah.
So the middle mirror, this one's called the rear view mirror. I just call it the middle mirror myself, but it's often referred to as the rear view mirror. It is a really grimy day today. It's really rainy and dark, so it's not so easy to see out the mirrors. But that middle one, you should be able to see the car that's just pulled up behind.
I can't. I can see the ceiling.
So if you hold it like that and just push that one around.
Push it. Can it go down a bit?
That's it.
Now I can see.
That's good.
I can see the car
The car
behind you.
creeping up, driving down the pavement. So yeah, that should look like that. This mirror has got a thing in which can sense it as light behind you, and it will dim or brighten depending on the light behind
it's
you.
quite bright.
Yeah. So if you don't have that in your car, you have a little lever there. You just pull it down or back.
Okay.
But you'll find that out when you drive on your own, because it's what you call a dim dip.
Okay.
So mainly when you drive at night, you pull it towards you, and it projects the image of what's behind you onto the roof, so you don't get dazzled.
Okay.
Or not as dazzled if you've got bright lights on. So the side mirrors, you should be able to see, it's going to turn the heat off a bit. The side mirrors, you should be able to see roughly about 10% car, 10-20% car, and the rest should be pavement or
I
road.
can just see pavement.
Yeah, so these ones what you need to do, how far they go. There's a little dial just by the door there. That's it. That one with the arrows.
Yeah.
That's it. If you push that left, I think it's already left all the way, the silver bit.
Oh,
That's
wow.
right. So you move that left, right, down, whatever.
So I need to, what was it, 10% pavement?
Yeah, about 10% car roughly. 10 to about sort of that much car. You've got about an inch or two of car.
Yeah, okay, so it's
quite-
more pavement.
Yeah, because they're quite wide mirrors these ones, so you can see a lot of pavement. That looks
Yeah.
about good. The height never really changes until you do manoeuvres.
No, that
but
looks
it's
much
okay.
better. I've never been
That's
able
good.
to actually see behind me, so this is quite cool.
That's why we'll go over this first, because you can see basic this, but if you miss this out, you could be in trouble later on.
Okay.
And the right one, you just slide the silver thing right all the way.
Slide the silver one.
Yeah, it's that thing by the arrows.
This?
That's it. You slide that right all the way. That's it, and then move that one left, right, whatever.
I don't know how.
So just-
we're on a bend, so I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
That one should be good. If you move it, just can you see how much of the car? Can you see roughly?
I can see the car completely.
Yep. So if you move right a little bit more,
Right, a
or
little
left,
bit
it's
more.
up to you. But you should be able to see about 10-20% of the car roughly. Where I am, I can't tell from that one what you can see.
I can see the man with the axe in the pavement.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, digging up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
The
So
man with the axe.
the man with the axe should be about halfway at the mirror roughly, but as long as you can see
Yeah,
out the
no, I
mirror,
can see him and
That's
the
good.
house and the road
that's good.
and the van.
The dots on the mirrors coming later on. We'll mention those in a minute, but a few minutes. But they're just something to do with like blind spots.
Okay.
The silver thing, by the way, on the door handle. It's good if you leave that left all the way. So you push that. That's
Back.
it. The reasons why we'll go over later on, but it's just easier when you do manoeuvres.
Okay.
Like when you pull up, you can put it down in manoeuvre.
We're gonna drive.
Yeah, that's good. So that's what I do. So we get in the car. You, first of all, on most lessons, all you do, you jump in, you do your doors, which are easy, shut the doors. Your seat, make sure you move the seat round, and then the mirrors. Why not do your mirrors before the seat? Because some people
Because
do
it will
mirrors
change
first.
afterwards, won't it? Once
Yeah,
you move forward.
that's it. Some people do the mirrors at the wrong time, then you got to move it all around
Yeah.
again. So yeah, that's what you do.